when coach first called me, I was on the phone, so I couldn't really react to it. And then I went to sleep because I wanted to get a nap before the game. But when I wake up, my phone was blowing up, and people were saying congratulations and all that. So I was definitely happy. I have a lot of thank you to say. So while I say thank you, I'll definitely realize more and more. But it's definitely a good thing for me just because I've been working so hard to get there, so it feels good.
Do you think it's fully sunk in yet, or will it take maybe a day or two for you to really realize the magnitude of the news?
It might take a week, I'll tell you that much, because, we still got games and all that, so I think pretty much like after the year, I'll start thinking about it and, realize what I did in this whole year.
So not only the MVP, but the Defensive Player of the Year. What does that say about, just sort of how well-rounded your game has been consistently all season?
Well, I'm more surprised about the MVP than the Defensive Player of the Year. I feel like my game's always been like that. I've been blocking shots and all that since college. So. But MVP will really be, shows that, I have a two-dimensional game and, it just shows how, where I could go and what I've done. Yeah. So I'm definitely happy and, want to focus on, getting better. So obviously one day I could get, those awards in the league if I can.
Were you a little bit surprised based on, sort of the limited number of games played that you had at that level that maybe you thought you wouldn't be in consideration for these awards?
Yeah, I definitely thought that it was going to be Jordan Lloyd, my teammate, that was going to win because I thought, since I signed, I was supposed to be out. But I guess I played enough games to qualify, so that feels good. And, I'm definitely not going to, take it away like, oh, I don't deserve it because I felt like I worked hard too. So, it's just a great award to be having, and this will stick with me forever.
How has your game developed in the G League, and how have you been able to translate that clear success that you've had down there here at the NBA level?
I think it's with more confidence, honestly. Being in the G League, being able to play minutes, and being one of the go-to guys and all that definitely felt good for me, and just to put me in a situation where I had to react and all that. That definitely gives you game experience and. I was just trying to, show what I was capable of doing, but learn from myself too, because, you can never learn better than when you play. So that definitely helped me out, and, there's a lot of work to do still, but that's our first good step.
I think we started, getting to the ball a lot more, communicating, turn it up defensively, especially our effort. It's not, that we changed our game plan or anything. We just got more into the ball, more aggressive. And it worked.
Nick said he had you, trapping Terrence a little bit tonight. You just said you were more aggressive. How much more comfortable are you within the defensive scheme?
Just a matter of learning and understanding, where your outs are and exactly, to the smallest detail, what we're looking for as a team, and the guys' strengths defensively, what their body language, their how they move around, all those things matter to read them as soon as possible.
Vucevic had a really strong first quarter in the pick and roll and pick and pop, and afterwards your defense really choked that look off. What changed?
Team defense. I think we got more into the ball. That allowed me to be a little more aggressive, closer to him, get back. We did a great job. The guard did a great job of pulling back when necessary. We switched some of it. That kills that pop and makes them roll, and that obviously changes, and takes away that pop.
Is there value in playing some of these teams that
completely,
are not only hungry and fighting for something, but teams that you might see in 2 weeks from now or a week from now?
I think there's value in anything that we do together. There's a lot of value in things that you can learn, especially for me. I've been here limited time, and so any exposure out there, positive or negative, any challenges that we face out there as a team, I see it as a learning, as a positive, obviously. Defensively, I don't know how many stops we put together. We were talking about it. We turn it up a little. We communicated. We finished possessions with rebounds. We were able to run. All those things offensively, I think we did a pretty good job of moving the ball and finding the open guy. Obviously, Danny got pretty hot, and that makes it really tough on them. Takes one of the held guys away.
I mean, make them miss. Getting rebounds, pushing out in transition, and we're able to get easy shots. Danny played great tonight on the offensive end, knocking down 7 threes, and it helped us.
When he's knocking down threes like he was today, I mean, he's been a consistent three-point shooter all season, but when he's in a groove like this, how much of a focus is it for you guys to find him in the corners and set him up like you did today?
I mean, it's just how they play defense tonight. Him when he's making three-point shots, it's us breaking down the defense, kicking it out to him, and he's letting it fly on a closeout. So we just stuck with the same basketball we were playing. We ran probably a play for him coming out of ATO, but other than that, he was getting it out of the flow of the offense tonight.
What's he meant to this team so far this year? I mean, he's number 2 in the league in three-point percentage for guys with 5 attempts at least. He's only missed 1 game.
I mean, just like what you said, he's second in three-point percentage. He's spacing out that floor for us, and he does it on both ends, 3D guy.
You guys came out early, and was it a little weird to play like as a team that Orlando looked like they were really bringing their intensity very early on, and looked like you guys took a little while to catch up. Is that my imagination? Or?
I mean, I feel like they made shots early. That's the only thing it was. They were shooting a high percentage in that first quarter, and it ended up turning back the other way, and they started missing shots. And I don't feel like it's weird. I think it's good for us at the time. It's 5 games left at the moment when we're playing, and everybody's really pushing for a playoff spot who we're playing next.
Is there value in that, going to the playoffs, not only seeing teams that are hungry and playing hard, but teams you might see in the first round?
I mean, it's good value just to be able to play a competitive team at the end, fighting, for playoff position. That's how it's going to be. Teams are going to try to win every game once you're out there in the playoffs, and it only can help us.
Well, I think it didn't really surprise me. I think we talked about this in the pregame press conference. Is that, we've been playing some teams that hadn't been playing with a lot of intensity and guarding us very hard or very well, and this team came out and did it. And I think it was just such a big adjustment to make, just in general, to get the juices up to kind of par there a little bit. And then we just started doing a better job of everything, right? We just started getting through screens and keeping the ball in front and contesting shots better when we weren't doing any of that in the first quarter. But it was, I thought, well, it was really good there for 2 quarters, man. It was suffocating. It was tough on them. It was great to see.
Talked a lot about the adjustments you guys have had to make on offense with Marc. On defense, it doesn't seem quite as big, but what has there been to sort of get used to with a new center back there?
Well, you're right. Not much. We've put him in a lot of the similar coverages that we've normally used. The one thing we do different with him is we'll adjust and move him up a little bit more in the screen and rolls. We're not as quite afraid to blitz with him. We blitzed Terrence Ross tonight. Tried to keep him quiet. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's about it. Just moving him up a little bit more than we probably did before.
Shooting has obviously been kind of tale of 2 seasons. You guys are shooting the lights out right now compared to early in the season. Is that, do you think, is a product of better looks, or is it just kind of the law of averages? Well,
I think the law of averages comes in a little bit, right? But I would definitely say that I think we got a much better rhythm, right? And by that I mean I think the right guys are taking more, right? I think almost all of them are coming within the rhythm of the offense. I would say this, and we encourage this. The only ones that come out of rhythm lately, it seems, are the Kyle up the floor pull-ups. But that's like his specialty. That's his game. So those are the ones maybe that aren't after an extra pass or touching the paint or whatever. And we want to keep those. We'll let him keep shooting those out of rhythm ones. But yeah, I think it's just rhythm, a little bit cleaner looks, a little bit more of the right guys getting more attempts, and they're going in.
What can you tell us about Danny's thumb? When did that happen?
Yeah, I guess it happened in the first quarter, I think. He got it taped up a little bit at halftime, but they've X-rayed it so far, nothing there. They're going to take him for an MRI right now, so we'll probably know a little bit more in the morning.
It seemed to affect his shooting.
Did not. Need to take a whack on the thumb every first quarter. Just kidding.
Do you have a concern about Pascal Siakam's play? He was a bit quiet tonight. Looked like he was bothered by some of the length in Orlando.
I'm not really concerned. I think, you know, that first of all, he did have some length on him, right, and was having a hard time getting over the top of it, and maybe just a little bit too. You know, he sat out the last game. Some guys, you know, they're not used to that, and you know, when you're in a big rolling rhythm, you know, that might take you a game to get a little bit of that off you and stuff like that. But it was okay for me because that's like the first time that I can remember that I felt like he shouldn't be out there, right? That maybe another combination would work. And in the first half we went big, seemed to be okay. And in the second half, we slid Kawhi to the 4, and that was really good because that's when our swarming defense kind of took over. And so it was good to look at kind of both. I thought they were both good combinations, and that stuff will happen. That's surprising to say that that's like the first time I can remember having to do that with Pascal this year. It's really surprising.
In the middle of the third quarter, Orlando made a mini run that had an Isaac alley-oop. I almost expected a timeout, but you guys went down. Denny got a lefty hook out of a post-up and then a 3, and they ended up calling timeout. The post-up is just, that's your go-to look, right?
Well, it's kind of strange. I thought both teams, we had Danny on DJ Augustine, which is kind of strange, and they had DJ Augustine on him. I guess the point guards didn't want to guard each other tonight. So we had a little bit of a post-up advantage there, and he made a nice move there. He had a heck of a game. I was drawing up seemed like every time out there for a while was try to get Danny another look at a 3-ball. So that's kind of fun when he's got it going like that.
Obviously, you have bigger goals, but is there any satisfaction in winning the division again? Maybe a couple other teams might have been favored coming into the
Yeah, there's a lot of satisfaction in it. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot to in this day and age, but it's not every day you win a division, right? I think that's 5 out of the last 7, if I'm not mistaken. That's a thumbs up, man.